Hey everyone, welcome to Forgotten Spindles. My name is Dwayne and I'm in the middle of a shop move. If you watched my first video, you know that. I got about two and a half, maybe almost 3 weekends worth of moving left to get everything over here and get it set up and organized. I was really reluctant to do any videos until I got that done, but at the same time I thought, well, why not include everybody in on the whole story from the beginning on? So I stopped by here tonight after work. I was doing some organizing over here in the new space, and I did have moved a lot of machine tools in here over the last couple of weekends. So I wanted to do a quick walk around, kind of show you the machine side of my shop over here and how it's going. Still got a few tools to get in here, but I wanted to introduce you to some of the machines I have in here that we're going to be restoring on the channel, kind of give you an idea of what's coming down the road, and just share that with everybody. So let's do a quick walk around. Let me introduce you to some of my machine tools and give you an idea of what we got coming up. So let's do that real quick. Okay, I'm going to start on the back side of the machine bay here, no particular order. We're just going to walk through, and I'm going to show you some of the machinery we got coming up on the channel to restore. This is a 14-inch Rockwell that I actually pulled out of a front yard that had been sitting there for many years. It was buried in the ground about 10 inches. When I was really reluctant to get this thing at first because I thought it'd be too far gone. But when I got into the gearbox and stuff and checked this machine out, believe it or not, the drivetrain and the quick change gearbox, all the gearing and everything in it is just remarkable. So it's definitely savable. The only thing wrong with this lathe is it is missing a tailstock. Of course, as we get into the restorations, we'll probably find other stuff, but just general appearance. And I did a quick wipe down on this lathe about a couple of weeks ago. It was in really bad shape when I got it, but that's the 14-inch Rockwell that we're going to do on the channel. So that's one of the ones we got coming up. Behind it, back here on the back row, we'll just go down the back row and then come up the middle. This is a 1935 Revette that I pulled off the Texas Gulf Coast. It's on the original cabinet. The cast iron framework is there. Some of the wood has been removed over the years, and it's been resurfaced with some plywood and stuff like that. But might do some carpenter work on this as well to get it back to kind of looking more original, the cabinet. But everything is original on it as far as the lathe is concerned, and also the under cabinet drive and everything is original. Still has the patent pending casting in the casting of the gear case there. So this is a really cool old machine. Revette, of course, was started by clock makers and watchmakers. So really, really cool history here on this little lathe, and something I look forward to restoring. And it did come with about all the accessories that came with one back in 1935, plus some. So that's going to be a full restoration that we're going to do on the channel. This is my 1944 Logan 210. It's the first lathe I restored. This is the one that got me hooked on the sickness right here. I use this lathe all the time in the shop. It was in bad shape when I got it. I had to replace some gears in the quick change gearbox and stuff like that, but it runs really well, cuts well, and it serves me very well in the shop for what I needed to do. So that's my little 1944 Logan 210. I do want to put this on a different cabinet. It came on this stand that it's on, and I'm not too crazy about that stand. So I'm looking to put it on an original cabinet down the road at some point in time. Next one here is Craftsman change gear lathe, the 12x36. This was a basket case that was in pieces when I got it. Came out of a barn up around Buffalo, Texas. And I was going to repaint this lathe, or I thought I was going to have to repaint it when I got it. It was just totally covered in grease, dust, and grime. But as I cleaned it up, the paint that was on it from the last paint job that received was still in pretty good order. So I left it that way and just cleaned it up, fixed what needed to be fixed, got it lubed, got it running, and it does pretty well actually for a Craftsman. Craftsmans are cool little lace. You just got to understand what you're working with. They're not the most rigid in the world, but they're good little lace to start out on, and that's what I started out on actually, was a Craftsman. So That's my Craftsman 12x36 change gear. And that's a 1945, by the way. I just brought this lathe into the shop during the move. I purchased it quite a while back, but finally got the schedule straight with the guy that I got it from. I'd gotten some other stuff from him in the past, and he works in oil and gas, and he's gone a lot. But it's a little South Bend 10K Model A. It's all there. It's got all the original components are there. It was on this table, and I did paint the table when I brought it in here because it's in bad shape. And then I've just got it sitting on there. I still got to mount and level this lathe and do everything. But look at the accessories. It came with a lot of accessories. So really happy to have that little South Bend in here. That's going to be a full restoration we're going to do on the channel. Okay, coming around, this is my Jones & Lamson number 4. Got this from a old retired machinist up in Point Blank, Texas. Mr. Carlton Bowling is his name. I'm actually going to do an interview with him here in the near future on the channel. He was a machinist for over 70 years before he retired. Had a lot of successful ventures with his machine shops, and just a great man to know, and a great source of knowledge. But this J&L number 4 was one of the first big machines I think he purchased back when he started his first machine shop down in Houston. And the cool thing about this lathe is it came out of the Dixon Gun Plant on the Houston Ship Channel, which was a facility during World War II and the Korean War that was owned and ran by Howard Hughes and the Hughes Tool Company. And it is just a really cool piece of machining history. I'm glad to have this machine here. I had relatives that worked in that plant, so this one will be with me forever. It's a brute. 21.5-inch swing, 15 horse motor. It is sitting just like it is when I got it. It's been sitting for quite a while, but I'm really looking forward to playing with this lathe and making some chips on it. This is just an awesome machine. And Jones & Lamson, what a company. What a long lineage of machining history from that company, and how it goes back to the Connecticut River Valley. So we'll cover all of that when we restore this lathe on the channel. Okay, this is a South Bend 13. There's going to be a full restoration on the channel. Always wanted a South Bend 13. This one popped up. It came out of the Texas Hill Country out by Austin, Texas, out by Wimberley. It was sitting in a barn that was on property that the gentleman I bought it from had bought 10 years ago. And when he bought the property, this lathe had been abandoned and left there. He believes the previous owner was a machinist, and he had been put in a care facility a long time before he had bought the property. And this lathe was abandoned probably by the family. But everything on it turns, nothing's froze on it, nothing's wrong with this lathe. It just needs a good cleanup. It needs to be broke down and cleaned and painted and just made look pretty again, and get it up and running. But that's my South Bend 13. Check out the spindle on this thing. Pretty amazing for how long it's been sitting. But that's the South Bend 13 that we're going to do here on the channel. This is a project that I got going on right now. I had to kind of bring it to a halt here during the move, but I'll be finishing this one up when I get everything over here, all my tools and tooling and everything. It's a 1982 Hardinge TFB, and it was in pretty rough shape when I got it, but we're going to restore it on the channel, get it back up and running. So looking forward to having that precision lathe in my shop here. This is a Bergmaster 1D that I pulled out from underneath the carport that had a bunch of blankets on it. Been sitting outside for quite a while. Gentleman I got it from, I believe, got it in auction at one time or another. He never did anything with it, and it just sat for years. Everything's freed up on it. It moves. Everything seems to be okay on it, but of course we never know till we go through it, right? But that's my Bergmaster 1D that we're going to do a full restoration on the channel. Always wanted a Bergmaster, so that one's going to be a lot of fun. This Royceford Excelsior 22. This one's fixing to leave here and go to another home. I have a gentleman that wants this particular drill press, and he has a 20-inch drill press that's another Camelback that we're going to trade out. And so this one's not going to be here much longer. I'm going to go trade that out probably here in the next couple of weeks. But that's a Royceford 22-inch Excelsior. Okay, let's go back over here where I'm putting my mills at. This first little mill here is a Douglas. It's a 1943. It's a war production mill. Douglas only made machine tools under the name Douglas for about 7 years. Really cool history on this machine and the company, and the gentleman Henry Sonnenberg that actually formed up Douglas. It's a really cool story. Look forward to getting into that when we do this. Go through this little mill here. I'm not going to do much to this mill. I like the patina on it. It runs. It's a functioning mill. It works great. Of course, I don't have power to it now because I DC'd it from the old shop, but it's a cool machine, and there is a lot of ingenuity that went into this little light mill. If you're a garage hobby guy, if you got a home shop, this is a really cool horizontal mill to have in your shop. It has a very small footprint, but yet it's very rigid. It's very heavy for its size, and it has a Lima adjustable full ratio motor on it. And with all that being said, you actually get 32 speeds out of this little mill, believe it or not. It is a really cool machine. I look forward to sharing that with you guys on the channel. Across from it, we have a Nichols hand miller. This is a 1960s Nichols. It came out of a GE factory up in the Northeast, ended up down in Texas, and I ended up picking this one up about a year ago. It's up and running. I just got to get it set up, but that's the 1960s Nichols. All right, this is my 1900 Brown & Sharp. It's sitting just like it was when I picked it up, other than I put some rust protector on it. What a piece of precision history. And we're going to do this. This is going to be a full restoration on the channel. We're going to go through this old line shaft mill and get it cleaned up and get it running again. I do got the overhead drive for it with the actual factory mount that came out for the overhead drive for electric motor. So we'll be putting that on there. The arbor support bracket's missing for this little mill, but the trade-off is somewhere in its journey, in its lifetime, it got this 1940s Frey all-angle milling attachment on it. It's missing the belt guards. I'll fab those on the sheet metal side of my shop, and we'll make some new ones for it. But that's a really cool milling attachment, and so I guess it's a trade-off for a missing arbor support. Down the road, I'll either try to find an arbor support bracket for it, or maybe we can machine one on the channel. But this is a really cool piece of machining history here, and it came with that old 1920s Athol vise on it, so that was a plus. Look at the casting dates on this thing. Last casting date was August of 1899. I'm so happy to have that. That's the granddad of the shop. So we're going to get that one going here on the channel, and that'll be a lot of fun. And it does have a table feed on it, so kind of cool. Okay, this is a Brown & Sharp number 2 plain light. If you follow Casey Jackson with Jackson Machine Works, yeah, he's got a YouTube channel. Casey lives about a little over an hour north of me, and we're pretty good friends, and we talk from time to time. And I'd called him up. I forget even what I called him up for, but we were talking, and he goes, "Hey, I got this Brown & Sharp number 2. I don't have room for it right now." He goes, "Are you interested in taking it and getting it over to your shop to restore it?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, man." And I went up and looked at it and ended up buying it from him and putting it in my shop. This is a 1943. It is a wartime mill. It has the wartime badging and everything for it. The guy that he got it from had started taking it apart, but he only took the gingerbread stuff off of it. I call the gingerbread stuff, you know, all the covers and all the little external covers and pieces and stuff. But I got all the parts. It's going to go back together, and that's going to be a full restoration that we're going to do on the channel. And yes, I do have the vertical milling attachment for it and all the attachments that came with that mill, so that's really cool. I'm going to looking forward to getting that one and sharing that one with you guys on the channel. That's going to be a fun restoration. I love World War II machines. This is a tree mill. that I picked up really, really cheap. It still has a lot of flaking left on the ways. I just kind of did a quick wipe down on it when I got it in. I've done nothing to it yet. It is a first generation, I believe, CNC, from what I understand and from what my research tells me. It does have brushed DC servo motors on it. So either I'm going to put a Masso on it and turn it back to CNC on the two axes that it's on, or I might try to take the brush DC servo motors and just turn them into power feeds. The command cabinet's gutted on it, so I don't know. I don't know which route I'm going to go. Give me some input. Help me make a decision on that. This is an 11-inch Rockwell hand screw machine. Uh, Really fun little turret lathe, and the pneumatics were added at the shop that it came out of. It came from a long-time closed machine shop. It was sitting in the back by itself, forgotten and left, and it was in pretty rough shape when I got it. So I started working on this one right before the move while I was waiting on parts for another machine. So really close to having that one finished. We'll finish it here on the channel, but that's a little 11-inch Rockwell hand screw machine. So, and it's a 1959 model. Back behind it is a basket case that came out of a garage. Some people had moved into this house out in East Texas. This was in the garage, this little turret lathe. They started taking it apart because they were going to scrap it. And actually, a gentleman I know up there knew that they were taking this and scrapping it, and he knew the machine shop that it came out of. So he contacted me. I contacted them. They agreed to let me come get it instead of them scrapping it. I gave them like what I calculated the scrap value at the time, and rescued this old lathe. But this is a Weiler. German made. It's 1950. I do have all the parts to it, and that's going to be a full restoration we're going to do on the channel. Pretty interesting little turret lathe. I don't have any European stuff in here, so I thought that was a pretty cool little machine to restore in here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it when I'm done. I have turret lathes. I might find a new caretaker for it, or I might keep it. I don't know. But the parts for it, some of them are right here, and we're going to do a full restoration on that little lathe here on the channel. You know, funny thing, that Kaiser motor right there. Of course, if you mess with old machine tools, like a lot of us do that watch this stuff on YouTube, we know that American motors that are 1, 2, 3, 4 horses, they're sometimes pretty heavy. And I went to grab this motor when I picked this thing up, and I almost fell backwards. That motor has a lot of aluminum in it. It's pretty light, but that's a Kaiser motor. But anyway, that's the Weiler, and that is a model 260, I believe. That's a restoration that I did last year. That was an Inco, a little 920-25. Little light turret lathe. Really fun machine to work on. As you can see, everything's still on pallets for moving in here. I still got to set all these machines and get them leveled, but we'll be using that one on the channel to help us make some parts. This is a 12-inch Sheldon shaper that I got down near Galveston, Texas, down by Texas City. Got this from a gentleman I know that's a retired machinist. He also restores a lot of old manual machine tools. And I'd stopped by to visit, and we were talking, and he goes, "Hey, I got this old Sheldon back here." And I was like, "Well, what are you going to do with it?" And he goes, I don't know. He goes, "I got a lot of projects in front of me." He goes, "Do you want to take it and restore it?" And I said, "Sure." So anyway, I've always wanted a shaper, and I got one. It's going to be a lot of work. This came out of the Texas City Independent School District. And then it went from there to a machine shop that had been at that machine shop for decades. I don't think it was used a lot at the machine shop. And it had been put in the back, and it's been sitting for a long time, but it's actually in pretty decent shape. It's missing a couple of covers. I'll have to make those, but Other than that, it seems to be in pretty good shape, but that's my Sheldon 12-inch shaper that we're going to do a full restoration on here on the channel. Okay, the last machine I'm going to share with you guys that I got moved in here so far is one I just put in here this past weekend. This is a 1912 16-inch swing LeBlond. I found this thing in a field behind an old machine shop. They didn't have room for it. It was family owned. It'd been in the family, from my understanding, over 3 generations. And it was originally purchased when the company that I got it from was a logging company back in the early 1900s. And the great granddad, I believe, purchased this to help repair logging equipment. And over the years, bringing in more machinists and more machine repair in their shop, they turned into a machine shop over time. And they're still a small job shop, machine shop. And the property in the shop that this lathe was sitting in has sold, and they had to get it out, and they put it out in a field behind the current machine shop. And their plans were it was probably going to go to scrap, and I ended up being able to get it and be the new caretaker of it. So this is going to be a fun one. I just beside myself that this 1912 LeBlond's in my shop. And what a piece of history for us to go through and restore and get it back up and running and get it doing what it was built to do. Everything on this lathe moves. It's in really good shape, surprisingly. It had only been outside for around a year. Other than that, it had just sat dormant for decades, sitting in a shop, becoming a catch-all, and just, collecting dust and grime. The only thing missing that I've found so far, and of course we haven't got into all the internals yet, I have done a pretty good inspection on this lathe. It's missing the the half nut handle right here. It's been broken off the end, as you can see right here. So that's a pretty easy fix for us to fix, and it's missing the carriage lock right there. Another easy fix. I'm going to have to find a threading dial for it as well, but that's pretty much it that I can find. The gears are in really good shape. There is some normal wear on the spindle gear, but no broken teeth, and everything's in pretty good order. Even the old wall mount or overhead mount, however they had it mounted, the old line shaft, counter shaft unit is good. Everything's there, and we're going to go through this and do a full restoration on it. I have it sitting here on the front row in the new shop space, and this open space next to it is where my 1909 Carolyn Jameson's going to go. So right here on the front row, we'll have 2 really old, cool pieces of machining history sitting here. And, that's what I'm all about. I'm about the history and the craftsmanship that went into these machine tools. And that's what I do. I'm not a machine shop. This is a restoration shop. And to me, it's a sanctuary for all this old iron. And, we'll fix it up. We'll restore it. Some of this stuff will find new homes. I'll find it new caretakers and bring other stuff in. But anyway, that's just a quick walk around of the machines I have in here right now. And I wanted to share that with you guys. So thank you for watching. I'll keep you updated. I'll be moving some more stuff over here this weekend. And as I bring new stuff in, I'll document those moves and stuff like that. I have some still pictures from moves on a lot of this equipment that I'll add in on the end of this video that you guys can see. And hey, give me a like and give me some support, some encouragement. There's a lot of work to do here. Probably got over 2 years worth of restoration work in front of us here. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a fun journey, and I invite you all to come join me on it. And let's relish these old monuments left behind by the old craftsmen and get them up and running. So thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Hey, in closing tonight, I wanted to take a time to give some shout outs and some thanks to a lot of people that I've followed on YouTube over the years that have made a lot of this possible for me and made this hobby enjoyable for me. When I got into this, I fell into it by accident, like a lot of guys, restoring a lathe for my shop. And I wanted to give a quick shout out to some people that uh, I've been supportive of you on your channels because you've just been a wealth of knowledge, education, and information for me. I wanted to start off with Mr. Pete. Mr. Pete, you are my YouTube shop teacher. I've been following you for years, and I have learned so much from you, and I can never thank you enough for the content you've put out over the years. When I did my Logan and my Craftsman, I actually ordered your courses and took your how to run a Logan lathe and Craftsman lathe, and I pretty much own all of your courses now, minus a couple. I want to get the foundry one and stuff down the road too, because I want to get into some of that. But what a wealth of information! I couldn't have attended a college course on those two lathes and learned as much as I learned from you. It was like being right there with you, just having a personal instructor to walk me through on a lot of stuff. And I can't ever thank you enough for what you've done for me and my hobby here as far as teaching me a lot of stuff. And A-Bomb, Adam Booth from A-Bomb 79, the way you instruct people and the way you do your videos has been so helpful to me over the years. I can never thank you enough, Adam, for what you've done, and I'll continue to watch your channel. I love your podcast, by the way. I got an hour drive to work, and when you put out a new podcast, I like to listen to it like 4 or 5 times that week going to work. It helps pass the time, but the way you instruct online and the way you've done things, I've learned a lot from you, and I appreciate you helping us out here with that. Another one is Mr. Rucker, Mr. Keith Rucker over at vintagemachinery.org. Without the content that you put out and the database that you have with manuals and history information on these machines, I would have been lost on a lot of them. Here's just a good example. I'm just pulling up a few of them. I got many of them, but the manuals you put out that I've been able to download, parts manuals, operation manuals, have helped me on a lot of these machines. I mean, even on that Overvet that I showed y'all a while ago, you had a manual for it. So it helps when you have a parts manual and you have operations manuals. It helps to be able to go through these machines and fix them correctly. So I can never thank you enough. Another one is Greg, my little mule. When I did my K&T, which I still got to rework the saddle. That's all I have left on it. I got a 2HL vertical that I haven't moved over here yet. Your series you did when you did your K&T 2H was almost a step-by-step guide. I followed it. I mean, I literally played the videos back and forth 100 times when I did that restoration and followed what you did when you did your restoration on your K&T. So I can't thank you enough. I appreciate you putting out content like that. But I just wanted to take the time to thank some folks. You know, I got my friend up north here from me that started a YouTube channel, Casey Jackson. He's a great guy. He's out there trying to rescue some of these machine tools. I just started following another gentleman, Phil, with Magic City Tool. He's out there finding these old machines and restoring them. So I'm looking forward to keeping up with those two guys as they continue their journey and you know, seeing how all this goes. The more people that are out getting these old tools and saving them, the happier it makes me. So I'm glad to see a lot of that going on. But I just wanted, in closing, I wanted to take the time to thank some people that have meant a lot to me over the years, and I appreciate what y'all have done for all of us. So with that being said, I want to wish everybody a safe week, rest of the week and weekend. Get out in your shop. Make some fun, you know, go out there and have some fun with your kids, or go out there and make something cool and have fun with yourself. But get out in the shop and let's do something, and we'll talk to you next time. Appreciate y'all watching. So y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.